I think when you think about becoming a foster parent, you have to think about being creative. You have to think about being patient. You have to think about being open. And you have to think about accepting the children that come to your home for who they are. They need stability. They need to know that someone's going to be there with them, that they're not going to turn their back on them. They're in a situation where they were basically abandoned by their family, or they're feeling abandoned by their family. So they need to know that you're not going to abandon them too. And unfortunately, a lot of times, regardless of what the situation is that they're coming from, they'd rather go back to that situation than be with you, because that's what they know. And they just think, okay, why go through this pain again? If my own family turned their back on me, if they left me and couldn't take care of me, what's to think that this family is not going to do the same thing as soon as I do something wrong?
Sometimes you get some kids that can be somewhat difficult, but you have to stop and think where they've come from, and you have to work with them, and eventually it does get easier, you know. They need a lot of love and acceptance and understanding.
But it takes time. You have to see how your family fits and how many children you can bring into your family. And the most important thing I guess we can say is you need to treat these children like your family.
Anyone can become a foster parent that has the heart to become a foster parent, that is loving and kind and is going to treat the child with respect and dignity, that's going to be open to the biological families being involved in the child's life, that's going to be willing to work with all of the different supports that are put in place for the child. There's always a team, whether it's the social workers, their therapists, whoever it might be, anyone that's going to be willing, anyone that is in the child's life, they want you to be willing to work with the child.
They do need help, and we have so many kids out there that need help, and I'm very happy to help anybody that wants to do something like this.
It will be very, very helpful, because right now, you know, there's a lot of foster kids out there that they need love, and if we could give them, why not, you know? And that's my, you know, my advice to them, you know, if you love kids and you care about kids, you know, why not give them, you know, a little bit of your time?
When you go through the foster care system, you get an opportunity to meet the child, to learn a lot about them from the worker, but as well to learn directly about them from them. All of my children I have had one-on-ones with. We go out in the community before they actually transition to me. So I get an opportunity to know them, and they get an opportunity to know me. Everyone is not going to be a match for your household, but regardless of whether they're a match or not, you have to be open. You have to be open. You have to be creative. You have to be patient. I think that's really what makes a good foster parent.
It's just wonderful to see them progress. We had a child who was with us when he was 3 years old, and we just celebrated his 10th birthday with him and his family, and that's wonderful to see. To see how much he's grown, and he was a sweetheart of a boy. Just appreciated everything, and our time with him was so precious, and we're so very grateful to be able to continue to keep up a relationship with him and his parents.
To watch them graduate from middle school, go on to high school. One of my boys has his first job, and he's being successful.
It is absolutely about it being a home and not just a place for them to lay their head until they come of age or age out of the system. It is about becoming a forever family to a child. That's what this work is about. This is about becoming a forever family. I always tell my kids when they walk through the door, they become one of my kids. You are my kid. You are part of the Daniels family. So the same way that I love my own son is the same way that I love you.
Children are wonderful, and the need is there, and if you're able to and you can make that commitment, it's just so rewarding.
If you love children and you have a lot of patience, this is the best thing in the world.
Become a foster parent and help change the future for a child. Call 203-706-0101 or find us on the web at nec.org.